Welcome back, history lovers. Today, we're diving deep into the Tudor era, a time of grand palaces, political intrigue, and some truly fascinating personalities. While we often hear about the kings and their famous escapades, the women of this period were just as complex and compelling. So, let us pull back the curtain on some of the most misunderstood and remarkable women of the Tudor court. First, let's talk about Anne Boleyn. Often painted as a mere seductress who bewitched King Henry VIII, the reality is far more nuanced. Anne was incredibly intelligent, well-educated, and a passionate advocate for religious reform. She spent years at the sophisticated French court, returning to England with a sharp wit and a modern fashion sense that turned heads. Her refusal to be just another royal mistress, insisting on being queen, was a bold and unprecedented power move. It wasn't just about ambition. It was about securing her own position and influencing the future of England. Her determination fundamentally changed the course of English history, leading to the break with Rome. To simply label her based on court gossip misses the brilliant political operator she truly was. Next, we have Anne's daughter, Queen Elizabeth, the first Virgin Queen, is an icon. But her single status was a masterful political strategy, not just a personal choice. In a world where a royal marriage could plunge a nation into foreign conflict, Elizabeth used her eligibility as a powerful diplomatic tool. For decades, she dangled the prospect of marriage in front of European princes, keeping them on their toes and maintaining England's independence. She famously told Parliament, "I will have but one mistress here, and no master." She cultivated a persona of being married to her kingdom, a powerful image that inspired immense loyalty. She was a scholar, a poet, and a shrewd ruler who navigated a treacherous political landscape with incredible skill, proving a woman could rule as effectively as any king. Let's move on to Mary Tudor, often remembered grimly as Bloody Mary. This nickname, largely a product of later Protestant propaganda, overshadows a life marked by immense personal hardship. As a young princess, she was declared illegitimate by her own father. Henry VIII, stripped of her title and separated from her mother, Catherine of Aragon. She clung fiercely to her Catholic faith through years of persecution. When she finally took the throne, her primary goal was to restore the religion she believed was right for her country. While the religious persecutions under her reign were harsh, they weren't entirely out of character for the 16th century, a time of intense religious conflict across Europe. Understanding her past trauma and devout faith gives us a more complete, if still tragic, picture of a queen who has been largely defined by her enemies. And what about Catherine Howard, Henry VIII's fifth wife? She's often dismissed as a frivolous and foolish young girl. But consider her situation. She was a teenager thrust into the arms of an aging, ailing, and notoriously tyrannical king. She had little formal education and was a product of a less than stable upbringing in the household of her step-grandmother. Her actions, which led to her tragic downfall, can be seen as the naive choices of a young woman who was unprepared for the dangerous games of the Tudor court. She was a pawn in her powerful family's ambitions, and her story is a heartbreaking reminder of the vulnerability of women in a world where their fates were often decided by men. Then there's Bess of Hardwick, a woman who wasn't royal by birth but became one of the wealthiest and most powerful figures in Elizabethan England. Starting from a modest background, Bess navigated the treacherous waters of Tudor society through 4 strategic marriages. Each marriage increased her wealth and status. She was a brilliant businesswoman, managing vast estates, investing in industries like coal and iron, and becoming a notorious moneylender. She was also an obsessive builder, and her masterpiece, Hardwick Hall, still stands today, a testament to her ambition and taste. Her life shows that even without a crown, a woman with intelligence and determination could build her own empire. Finally, let's not forget Mary, Queen of Scots. Her life reads like a dramatic novel. Queen of Scotland at 6 days old, briefly Queen of France, and a claimant to the English throne. Her story is one of constant struggle. She was a Catholic ruler in a newly Protestant Scotland, facing rebellious lords and a public that was often hostile to her. Her personal life was tumultuous, marked by disastrous marriages and political missteps. Her flight to England and subsequent 19 years of imprisonment by her cousin, Elizabeth I, is one of history's great tragedies. Mary was charming and brave, but often impulsive, and her story highlights the immense pressures faced by female monarchs in the 16th century. These women were far more than the one-dimensional figures we often read about. They were strategists, survivors, and trailblazers who navigated a world designed to limit them. Their stories are not just about scandals and tragedies. They are about power, intellect, and an unbreakable will to shape their own destinies. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into the Tudor era as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments which of these incredible women you'd like to learn more about next. See you in the next video.